Saturday afternoon with Saturday afternoon at Temple Afric TV. So today we got some hot topics we want to bring on to you. But one of the main hot topic that is trending on social media is about the GameStop stocks that has taken place in the last few days. So at the Wall Street, stock went up as a bunch of little guys decided to buy up all the stocks. Now, one of the guy who is the owner, he is a billionaire. His name is Leon. I'm sure it's Leon. No. Yeah, Leon Cooperman, who is one of the hedge fund billionaire, got really upset at what took place with GameStop. And he is pretty much blaming the Redditors for attacking wealthy people, which is a big win for the little guys and which end in tears for the billionaires. So this is one of the exciting stories that is going on right now. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you that are in the stock marketing business, investors and, Wall Street bits and things like that, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys understand what is going on and how massive this is. This is probably one of the biggest stock in the largest of all history by far. Especially it's the little guys that are attacking the billionaires. So has the economy been lately? Of course, there has been a lot of drastic change with the economy, and also the little guys being told that we're going to give you the stimulus money and thank you for dealing with all of our, I'm not going to say the word, but with all of our stuff throughout the whole entire election. And now that the new administrator is in the office, which is what they really wanted, now everything is back up to the open and the little guys can open their business again and continue to profit, as majority of them has already lost a lot of their businesses, has already went out of business and probably will never recover again. But there's still some money floating around to help small businesses and rescue them here in the United States as well. So the GameStop stock was one of the biggest things that took place this last couple of weeks. And the funny thing about it is that it's the little guys that are mostly in their mama's basement playing Fortnite, buying all the games, decided to get together and created an investment stock on these GameStop games. And from that, surprisingly, which caught Wall Street by storm, to really be alert of how much money have been lost in the millionaires investors. So this is what Leon Cooper had to say responding to that, which was pretty funny, by the way. If you Google Leon Cooper anger on GameStop stock, you will probably notice how upset he was. This is what he has to say. The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting their checks from the government. Okay, and that is fair share is a bold concept. Cooperman shouted on the business network earlier today. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people. It's inappropriate, and we all gotta work together and pull together. Now, a lot of people didn't really buy this and thought it was just so laughable to laugh at, Leon Cooper crying out the way he did, because many of the billionaires and their investment and their stock investment pretty much has just been exposed. And this is one of the newest things that is going on, because there is a gap line between the wealthy and the rich. So all of the ones that are trying to make it, the middle class people that are trying to make it, and the poor who barely can make it at all, there is a line gap between them and the wealthy people. And that has been exposed through a lot of what you have been heard with the hedge fund manipulation being exposed, and also the Robinhood investment forum that took place. So to continue on, in this last few days, GameStop shares have soared more than 400% this week, and down to $347 a piece, which is per game, driving its January gains to 685%. The stock was worth just $6 4 months ago. So the shares of the brick and mortar video game retailer popped another 134% on Wednesday, putting the company's market cap to $24 billion. GameStop was the single most traded name in the U.S. stock market on Tuesday, topping Tesla and Apple trades. With this happening here in the United States at this time is pretty shocking to most of the billionaires that are there. And basically the way it works is you have a group of people that decided that they want to invest on these stocks with a much cheaper price and ended up winning later by gaining all of the stocks money. So with Robinhood, to introduce a little bit about Robinhood, the CEO of Robinhood was questioned on the situation by Yahoo Finance. And this is his response, I don't really want to get into the details of exactly what happened when. I think if you look at this entire situation, it's a novel situation. A relatively small number of stocks have gone viral on the internet, and as things that go viral on social media and the internet do, there's an exponential growth in interest. And what this saying is, now the technology is one of the biggest things that these next generation are really good at. With social media like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, there's many groups and platforms that you can create, and that's how a lot of these people get together to come in one like mind in how they can pull off this situation, and they sure did. Robinhood Market Inc. is an American finance service company headquartered in Menlo Park, California, where you can invest in financial markets. So to give you an idea of who they are. So the hedge fund manipulation, to give you a little bit definition on it, is a limited partnership of investors that use high-risk methods, such as investing with borrowed money in hopes of realizing large capital gains. So that's what a lot of these billionaires do at the Wall Street. They invest with small price to gain back a larger amount in market. One of the guys was covered on one of the story yesterday, I believe, and he invested $5,000 and received back $47,000 in return. And with that, there's a lot of pros and cons to it. It's pretty much like gambling, just gambling here in the United States, playing Monopoly. And so if you're really good at, those type of games, then it's a win and lose situation. So whatever money you put into the stock market, you could get a lot back, but at the same time, you can also lose everything you have as well. So that's the reverse side of what happened in this case. The little guys ended up gaining, and the billionaires ended up losing. So, all right, continue on to our next topic. So about the Capitol Hill situation, there has been an investigation going on. So about 400 claims for arrest has been made by far. If you guys remember the Capitol Hill insurrection that took place on January 6th, and so they have been investigating on it, and so far 35 people have been arrested. And also one of the members, if you guys remember the walkaway campaign, which was really huge on social media, many people have left whatever they were leaving, the swamp creature or the Democratic Party, and joining the walkaway campaign. The leader has been arrested as far as been announced. There's still a lot more investigation going on, so with the 400 claims, we'll get to know eventually as it continues to develop on who these people are that have been involved in the Capitol Hill insurrection. And the National Guards are going to be in place until March, guarding the Capitol Hill. On January 27, this is one of the questionnaire where the senators get to interrogate some of the nominees or the ambassadors that are working for certain candidates. So in this case, it was one of Biden's UN ambassador nominees who works on humanitarian and also criticism on China and foreign affairs. So Ted Cruz decided to question her on the humanitarian money that was given to her. I don't remember if it was given or donated, and the criticism on China abuse on human rights. And with some of this continue on, Ted Cruz raises a concern on Biden's cabinet move towards embracing the Chinese Communist Party without any criticism on its genocide, tortures, and murders that are currently happening right now still in China. And China will not let you see that because the civilians are very, very tight, and they also do not allow any journalists to cover anything that's what's going on in China. So that's pretty much what the CCP are also hiding behind their closed doors. So in her response, she focused mainly on needing the African people to open their eyes on how they deal with China Communist Party. She also referred to that the United States should be doing more in Africa to compete with China. And that's a pretty good point. I agree with that because China is continuing to build Africa and putting them in a bondage of wealth. And how that plays out later is a way to claim lands or authorities or totalitarians in those countries in the near future if they can't pay it back. And with China being really great at doing those things, this is what she suggested, that, you know, Americans should be involved and continue this. In what way? We don't know yet how Americans should be involved. But I know a lot of the ways is that, you know, investing in Africa and also creating jobs for the people in Africa so that they could rise up and do better for their country as well. So the speech, there was a speech that she made at the Savannah University, which is one of the historical black college. She was criticized on it and on how she was praising China, on how she was praising the Chinese Communist Party and their development in debt bondages. The United States should follow Chinese model. So with that being said, in her speech, this caused the situation to rise up in the Congress interrogation by Ted Cruz on her. But as far as what her real intentions are on what she wants to do on having the Americans be involved in the African development and also creating an awareness for the African people to be aware of the Chinese debt bondages on their countries is a pretty good point. But the other point that Ted Cruz was trying to bring on is that you praised on the Communist Party and also did not condemn any of their things that they are doing in their countries, as well as far as the torture, genocides, etc. continuing on. Now, with the next topic, if you guys remember Governor Newsom, the California government, where during the lockdown, they were contradicting their regulations, their restrictions, where he was in the restaurant and having a good time while the rest of the restaurants were on a lockdown, could not open up or pretty much go anywhere. So there was a voting poll that was opened up that if they received over 1 million signatures, that Governor Newsom would be out of the office. They would take him out of the office. So that's one of the only way to do it before the end of his term. And so far, he has received over 1 million valid signatures for his resignation. And one of the warning that is out there right now, especially during this time of COVID, there are some people who are really, really paranoid of COVID, cleaning and sanitizing everything. So the FDA posed a warning for its consumers and healthcare providers on a recall for hand sanitizers coming in from Mexico. There has been an increase in this product label to contain ethanol, which have been tested positive for methanol contamination. So if you read the container label and it writes on the ingredients section of the bottle, it should say ethanol or ethyl alcohol. And if you see that on there, do not use it, because there has been a lot of recalls on it. And some of the warnings that are made is that methanol is not an acceptable ingredient for hand sanitizers. and must not be used due to the toxic effects. And it also warns that it can be life-threatening when it is ingested. So that's one of the warnings for a lot of the sanitize lover out there, is to make sure you watch the ingredient label on the back of your hand sanitizer to make sure it does say ethanol alcohol, and if it does say that, do not use it at this point until the FDA come back with results on what's going to happen next. Again, thank you and stay tuned.